Halo, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Angella from English Department of Wiranagara University. For this next opportunity, I'd like to analyze the structure of persuasive text for completing this middle test assignment of critical reading course. And here is the persuasive article from Faradilah Agustin, and the title Is Modern Art Really Art? Okay, now here is the structure of persuasive text. There are introduction, body point, and conclusion. Introduction, that animals, elephant tongue, animal pets, and rice all seem like everyday objects. But should we be calling them art? When we were growing up, we were taught that art was a beautiful painting like Van sunflower, or a perfect sculpture of human like Michelangelo's David. But we were never really taught that conceptual and contemporary art were proper form of art, even though it was established in the 60s. It made us think and challenge our own assumption of what art should really look like. People didn't understand that idea of coast cut in half, where mediocres or rubbish being called art unless you could frame it nicely on your living room wall. In fact, that is type of art didn't fit neatly into people's idea of what art should be was in the reason it was called conceptual. And in this part, introduction paragraph show us to think and challenge our own assumption of what art should be really look like. Okay, for the body point, conceptual and contemporary art got a huge reaction out of people because they felt kind and marginally embarrassed. For example, they looked at modern critics like going on and off and didn't get it. They didn't like the fact that they couldn't work out the true meaning of what the artist was trying to get across. It also got a reaction for another reason, which was a simplicity of some of the art. I'm sure that when all the people who were working long hours every week looked at well-paid artists Tracy Emin's unmet bed, they were desperately screaming to themselves, "But I could do that!" and thinking whether conceptual art is even worth looking at. So this body point shows you about the problem, the solution, and the benefit. Here's the problem is about they couldn't work out the true meaning of what the artist was trying to get across. So next to the benefit and solution, these are another part of body point. Maybe some of us are completely missing the point they are trying to get across. Maybe instead of drawing in the definition of how easy and perhaps pointless the art is, we should be fresh-eyed and open-minded and celebrate the fact that these ideas and possibilities have been opened for us. Maybe that's the point. This art definitely has originality and shock value. Artists don't want to repeat what's been done before in the same way, and no one wants to hear out jokes. Their use of new technology adds to a quality of some their work. Using a computer isn't a cop-out of drawing, it's just another tool. The originality and shock value go hand in hand, and after all, aren't those the two things we want when we look at art? We as viewers don't want to stand there looking at something so plain, tasteless, and overrated. If we want that, then we could just as easily stick a slice of bread on the wall and call that art. The artists look a new challenge and ways for us to see their art. This type of art makes us challenge ourselves to find beauty in the everyday things in life. So the point is, the main solution is we should be fresh-eyed and open-minded and celebrate the fact that these ideas and possibilities have been opened for us. So that's the point. Okay, the last is conclusion. My opinion of modern art is a very balanced one because even though some of the examples of conceptual and contemporary art are sometimes ridiculous, they also challenge you to find the true meaning of what it stands for. The shock factors as well hypnotize us and keep our attention locked on the beauty of the art. One thing that fascinates me through is that if artist Chris only paint with elephant tongue, he's seen a Turner Prize winning genius. But if I tried to paint with elephant tongue, would I be seen as an artistic genius? Probably not. Okay, that's all the conclusion from Faradila Agustin article, and thank you very much for your kind attention. That's my analyze structure, and thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.